Hi, my name's Sam. I am from Sensory Teacher, which is an O2 funded project. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'll be creating a few videos and doing a few sessions on the Wirral about sensory processing disorders and how to maximise benefits from using sensory equipment or sensory toys. First of all, though, we need to understand the basics of what a sensory processing disorder is. I will be using the term SPD, as it's just a mouthful otherwise every time. And neurotypicals, I'll be using that a lot. So, sensory processing disorder is about using your sensory channels in order to understand what's going on in the world around you and what you are experiencing at any one time. You use your sensory channels, which are your main ones are your auditory, your visual, your smell, your taste, your touch, and also your balance, which is called vestibular, and movement. A lot of time as well, spatial awareness can be a big thing. And basically, people with an SPD, they struggle to process those sensory channels. So, for example, at the moment, you're using your auditory and visual to watch and hear me. Some say that's bad, but never mind. A person with SP, like a neurotypical, can understand what I'm saying, can take in what I'm saying, process it, and they get something out of it at the end. A person with an SPD may not be able to do that. They take in the signals, through the sensory channels. However, the brain then processes them in a different way. It could be very disorganised, very disorientating, and very anxious. It makes them very anxious. A lot of behaviours you'll see from people with autism or people with ADHD quite often arise from a sensory processing disorder. So, an example of an auditory sensory processing disorder is imagine walking into a shop. What can you hear? What can you see? What can you smell? And for neurotypicals, this is fine. You may find this even really quite nice and relaxing. However, a person with SPD will not understand what is going on around them. So when you walk into a shop and all you can hear is people talking, tills beeping, then the next thing that goes to the brain cannot process that. They don't understand what is going on, why that's happening, and they become very anxious and very scared of the world around them. They just don't understand. It's just so alien to them. Visually, what can you see when you walk into a shop? Quite often you see loads of people, loads of movement, quite often bright flowers first thing, fruit and veg, and and you see lots of colour, lots of busyness, and for a person with sensory processing disorder, that's really hard to take in and really hard to understand. And quite often you may see either a child or an adult look like they're throwing a tantrum for no reason. That tantrum may be down to a sensory processing disorder. So next time you're in the shop and you see that, just stop and think. Don't think, spoiled brat. It may be that SPD, and it may be that SPD that's causing those anxieties. So what can you do to help? Well, first of all, you can just tell them everything's okay. We are here to look after you. You can tell them that, you can even buy special hoods or special blinkers or anything like ear defenders. You see a lot of people with ear defenders on. These are all due to overstimulation. Sensory processing disorder is split into two things: it's overstimulation or understimulation. Understimulation things could be like sensation of hot and cold. They cannot comprehend hot and cold, so they may stick their hand under boiling water. They don't feel any different, but they still get the ill effects from that decision. So a person with sensory processing disorder needs a lot of guidance and a lot of help. They don't need you to do everything for them. But for example, going out, they need to decide what to wear for that day. So you may say to them it's cold. They won't understand that they can't wear shorts and t-shirts. So you help them make that decision, and you help them prepare for that situation that arises. So that's a little bit about sensory processing disorder. What we will be doing in the next few videos is teaching you how to use the equipment properly, how to get the benefits out of the equipment, and also just loads more stuff about sensory processing disorders. Also, we will be doing some lessons on BSL and a little bit of Makaton. So if you're interested in sign language and learn sign language, then keep a lookout. We are on Facebook just type in Sensory Teacher. We are also on Twitter at Sensory Teacher, and the website will hopefully be up and running soon. So if you have any questions or anything you want to know about sensory processing disorders, then please do get in contact with us. Our email is sensoryteacher@hotmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you all, and please enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next week with another video. Goodbye.